Hello and welcome back to Adventure Worthy. My name's Lumin and today we're having a look at Songs of Conquest. This is a game that I have personally been waiting for quite some time. It just released into early access, and for those that perhaps don't know about it, it's a turn-based strategy game inspired by the 90s classics like Heroes of Might and Magic. Heroes of Might and Magic 3 is a game that I spent way too much time on and I love. It's one of the best games ever made. It is such a fantastic turn-based strategy game. This seeks to revitalize, rejuvenate the genre, and from the first little bit that I've seen of it, from my first impressions, I feel like they're doing a pretty good job at just that. It's amazing. For those that haven't seen the trailers and stuff, they have a fantastic 2.5D, they call it, pixel art style for the game. They've taken pretty much everything that was in the Heroes series and they've built upon it, made it more. The game is more robust. It has a whole lot more going for it. Because it's in early access, I think that the content isn't all there yet, but you know, most of the features and systems and stuff are in place. So we're going to jump in, we're going to have a look at it, and hey, we're going to get excited about it together. We're going to jump in midway through the campaign right here. The reason for that is because I didn't want to start on the very first missions, because they are very tutorial-ish. They sort of teach you stuff in there. They hold your hand most of the way, and they make it take a little longer than I think that many people would like. So we're jumping in on the third mission right now, and we're on the Song of Stoutheart campaign. Right now there are two campaigns right here. This is for the Arleon race. This one will be for the Rana race. There are 4 different races or factions in this game. At the moment at least, I'm not sure if there'll be more in the future. Arleon, Rana, Baria, and the Barony of Loth. You sort of come into contact with all of them throughout the campaign. We've already actually come into contact with each and every single one of these factions in some way, shape, or form, and that's kind of cool. We're on this campaign, which is the starter campaign. It's the tutorial campaign. They teach you about everything you need to know in here. This one is apparently a little bit tougher. I'm pretty keen to jump into that, but we're on the third mission. So far, we started our journey as the Baroness Cecilia Stoutheart, who has risen to power after her father's untimely death. She is a serious lady who has made a lot of serious choices in these first 3 missions. It has been grim. There have been a lot of executions. I don't want to spoil stuff for you, but wow. I would not mess with Cecilia Stoutheart. That's all I'm going to say. She's pretty hardcore. And as we start this mission out, I think they're going to sort of explain where we're at and what's happening. So it'll sort of kick us off on the right foot, and you guys can get an idea for basically how the story is delivered, and then also once we start playing, how the gameplay is presented to you. It's great. It's great. Stick around. Let's get started. Oh, and man, brace yourselves for the graphics. I love it. I absolutely cannot get enough of it. It's basically my favorite and or perfect style. Like, I dig it so much. So, the Tender Wild. Cecilia raced through the woods that border the Tender Wild to reach Peridine and the citizens of the Western Province. The threat of this Fey leader, Stormspire, and their foul creatures had spread from Barkspur in the north, through the area around Thorncliffe, and now to the peaceful farmlands of Hazel Point and Windshade. But what could have incited the Fey to leave the Tender Wild? Peridine, you look like you've been through hell. How fare the settlements? Where and when did the attack start? Lady Cecilia, I'm relieved you've come. The trouble started before the attacks. I received reports of strange blight affecting the verge of the Tender Wild and went to investigate. I've never seen anything like it. What does this have to do with the Fey attacks? I'm still trying to work it out. The land itself is infected, corrupted, but I couldn't find the source. I was examining the corruption when we were attacked by masses of chittering rats and armed skeletons. We had to retreat, but the essence around these creatures is most unusual. Peridine, leave the corruption for now. What about this Stormspire in your message? This is not the first time I've heard her name. Where is she now? She's everywhere, Cecilia. I received messages for aid from Windshade, but I'd no sooner arrived there than there was a call for aid from Hazel Point. Then a messenger arrived from Maple Downs. I'm sorry, my lady. I had to send for you. You did the right thing, Peridine. We've encountered the Fey in the Flint Hills and undead near Thorncliffe. We must assume this is an organized action by the Fey. I beg to disagree, Cecilia. I have no evidence that links the undead to the Fey. Oh, the evidence will have to wait. We must stop Stormspire quickly and hope that brings an end to the undead monsters in this corruption. There will be time for research when our people are safe. So that right there is a summary of Cecilia Stoutheart, and I actually kind of love it. You know, you don't want a hero that's all goody two-shoes, making all the right choices constantly. She is hardcore. She acts. That's what she does. She doesn't wait for the research. She doesn't wait for the evidence. Evidence be damned. Off with his head. That's Cecilia Stoutheart, and that's actually a lot of the stuff that you would have seen if you had seen the first couple of missions. Definitely check it out. Like, I couldn't recommend it more. It's a really interesting story, and the story is presented in such a fantastic way. There are these songs. They're called, you know, you can see the campaigns have the name song in them, but there are songs after every mission that sort of summarize the story that's going on, and it's amazing. I'll put one in. I'll put one in that you can look at. I can't get enough of it. And I mentioned while I was playing on stream yesterday that I think it's probably one of the devs that's singing it, and that just makes me so happy. So, this is the gameplay screen. Just like Heroes of Might and Magic from all those years ago, which, by the way, I know a lot of you guys might not even know, because that series has been, like, down and under for a while now. Basically, you've got your heroes here. They're called wielders. They have their own inventories, their own stats. They have space for troops on them, which you can see up here. I'll talk about that in just a moment. The items and stuff, you can equip them, change them, shift them around, do what you want. They give you different stats. The stats affect the characters themselves, your exploration of the overworld map, and your troops and your battles. Then you have skills, which you can earn by leveling up, and powers, which do different things. The powers you get only once every 8 levels. I think you can have a total of 4 different powers, or at least 2 powers leveled up once each, so it'll be 2 level 2 powers. The skills you get every level, so they are, you know, more freely given, but they do less. Troop modifiers, they modify your troops. They give, as an example here, extra defense, melee offense, ranged offense, melee resistance, and HP to your troops. Temporary modifiers you find out in the game world. They give you things like movement speed, maybe buffs for your next fight, stuff like that. And then equipment modifiers is from the equipment that you are wearing. All this stuff, dude, it's so much. There is just so much. It all comes together to make it like pretty exciting. Makes it feel more like there's a bit of a splash of RPG in the game. All the heroes obviously can be affected like that. You have more than one. I'm not sure what the max is in the game, but we've got Cecilia Stoutheart and Peridine right here. He currently has no items. We're gonna see about that in just a moment. And he's got less troops. These are your troop slots. We are level 8 on Cecilia Stoutheart and only level 3 on Peridine. That's obviously why he has so far fewer slots here. She has a lot of slots. You can see how the troops work. 25 out of 50 militia, 10 out of 20 rangers, 10 out of 20 footmen. You can fill all of this up. The troop stacks here, they are the ones that you take into battle every time you enter a battle in this game, which is a turn-based battle. I'll show you in just a moment. I see there are some skeletons over here begging to be slain. We'll go and take them out. You can, once again, like, swap troops between your wielders here. I don't know if I need to or want to do that right now, but I think that, you know, for the sake of not so much brevity, but for the sake of making this a little bit easier for us, I'm going to throw all the troops. And this is, can I just tell you, this is a bad idea. This is not the kind of advice I'd give anyone doing this. I'd say, like, stacking all your stuff on one hero is it's not good. It's not good because you need your other guy to level. You know, you need both of your characters to actually level up and get stronger. But what I will do for now, and I'll tell you the reason I'm doing this in just a moment. There are some tough fights on this map as far as I understand. What I will do for now is give him some items here. Just be cautious because these items might disappear if he disappears. So if in the next mission, Peridine's not there anymore, these items will go with him. But they are extras, so we don't really care about that. I'm doing this and I'm putting all these on here just to make our next few battles easier and quicker, because some of these battles might be tougher. They sort of throw them in there, and the game is brutal like that. You should probably quick save if you can quite often. I'm not going to right now because I feel like I know what I'm doing. I don't know. That's sort of famous last words right there. But as we head out here, I think I'm going to be a real gamer and I'm going to head back with Peridine. I'm going to make sure there's nothing back here because I see the map goes back a little bit and the road goes up. Walking on roads will give you more movement. You can sort of move further if you move on the roads. And each of your heroes, they have a certain distance that they can move every turn. So he's already moved his max distance. That 2 over there means that it takes 2 turns to move that far. He'd need to spend another turn to get there. When it reaches 3, that's 3. That's your 3rd turn. But yeah, you get to move with both your heroes a certain amount of time. If you hold Alt, you can see everything you can interact with here. So we're going to go down to the bubbling bog, see what's here. Plenty of wood has bubbled to the surface. We've got 7 wood and 2 ancient amber. that leads me into the next part of the UI that I'm going to talk about. Your resources. We've got 5,000 gold right now. The green number over here is the income that you get every turn. So we're currently making 200 from towns and settlements, it says there, every turn. We have no income on any of these, but we will change that shortly because I feel like we are going to start working on this settlement down here, and we'll start upgrading it, adding things to it, and so on and so forth. So those are the resources. You use them to upgrade your settlement, buy troops, do all that kind of stuff. There's research later, which is a pretty big deal. There's just a lot. Like, you know, kingdom management in this game is a big deal. Minimap is down here. You can zoom quite far out. You can zoom quite far in. Very good because, you know, you get to look at the marvel, the splendor of the visual style of this game. It's really nice. But let me stop waffling and start doing. Little camp over here. Source of riches. Now I can choose here if I want to take 8 militia or 1,100 gold. This is sort of randomly generated in a way where you might get, you know, this time you might get militia here, next time you might get rangers or footmen or something like that, and in a different amount of gold as well. I think early on it's good to sort of try and like bolster your troops so you can again win those fights. A little later on, you might not want to take things like militia. You might want the gold instead because you can spend the gold on upgrading your towns, getting different troops there, basically doing what you want to do. So it's part of the strategy once again. It's one of those things that you have to sort of figure out as you go, what would be best. But ancient ruins, we got 1,000 experience over there, very nice. Let's jump into a battle so I can show you what it's like. These are the risen dead. It says threat level towards Cecilia easy. There's Oathbound, 26 to 50 of them. That's sort of an estimation of what they have. There's basically always a reason to just hover over the mobs to see. Over here, as an example, threat level unknown, but this is between 100 and 250. You probably want to be careful for that one. Like, don't just run in there willy-nilly. This one, however, yeah, let's go. Risen dead, bound by oath, bound to her. What is this oath? Bound by oath, bound to conquer. Yeah, we're not going to get anything from them. So, battle prep. You get to position your guys wherever you want them. The auto positioning, you know, the way that they usually throw them down is generally pretty good. I feel like they do a great job at positioning your troops where they should be. They've got the ranged units on the high ground, which will give you extra damage, and it'll give you extra range, so that's fantastic. These guys are melee. They can stand over here. That's fine. We only have 4 of the minstrels. I'm going to throw them in the back corner over there. We're not going to really use those. You can see where they're going to put their units over here. And then you can either withdraw quick battle or manual battle. Quick battle, it sort of not rolls the dice, but it sort of calculates the odds and then just gives you an outcome. I don't recommend it ever because you will lose minions that way. You'll use troops that way. If you manual battle, there's a much lesser chance that you lose them. Now, the battle screen, hex-based, turn-based, fantastic, too much fun. You have your order of the battle down here. This is the first round. Next round starts over there. You can see we have the minstrels, then we have the footmen, then we have the militia, then they have all their turns, and then we have the rangers at the end, which is perfect, by the way, because it allows them to move in, and then our rangers can take their shots. The minstrel, he's melee, but he has a buff that he can play. He plays his music. That's 5 defense to friendlies, so we'll do that. Now, again, it's a turn-based strategy game. It's not just a turn-based game. There's some strategy involved. If you hover over the enemy units, you can click on them to see like their full stats. And I'll talk about those essences in just a moment. But if you hover over them, you can see their movement range. That's this red line that you'll see going down here. So basically, if I move my footmen in here right now, then they will be able to move right up to my footmen and attack. Don't want to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait with my footmen right here, and I'm going to skip their turn. And hopefully, I will be able to, as they move in, get the first hit in. Now, if you move your ranged units on the same turn as attacking, they have far less damage. You can see over, I don't think you can actually see it anyway, but when you do move, then, yeah, it doesn't actually say it here, but when you do move, you'll take a 50% damage penalty. So you want to keep them still. So I can't reach any of these guys right now, so we're going to skip the turn. We're going to wait for them to come closer, and then we'll start firing away, and we will do a lot of damage. Now, this is where the essences come into play. You'll see 2 different icons just popped up on the left side here. These are spells. We can cast spells. Spells cost essences. You can see our essences over here. We have 5 order essence, 1 chaos essence, no destruction essence, 1 creation essence, and no arcana essence. The essences are generated by troops. They are basically given to you every time that troop has a turn. So when their turn comes up, you get their essences. This guy's turn just came up. We got 1 order essence. When the minstrel's turn comes up, we will get, let's have a look, 1 creation and 1 chaos essence, and so on and so forth. As you get those, then you'll get enough. Each of your troops gives you the essences. Then you'll also get essences from artifacts that your hero carries around, and skills and stuff like that. As you get the essences, you can cast spells. In this specific case, maybe I'll cast some protection on our footman over here, just to show you how it works. I don't know if that'll actually persist. I don't know how many rounds that was for right now, but I just wanted to show you how it works. This is going to be an easy fight regardless. That'll protect him for a certain amount, you know, until it wears off. So, we're on the ranger right now. That's how much damage we're going to do, 90 to 135. We'll kill 8 to 11 of these guys. Yeah. We have 100% extra damage because they're in our deadly range right now. The deadly range is this section right here. This is too close. This is too far. We can reach there, but it's less damage. And then you can also see that we have the high ground advantage, and our offensive stat is higher than their defensive stat, so we're doing even more extra damage. We're doing lots of damage, basically. There you go. Only 1 of them left. So we're not so scared of that one right now. We're just going to wait. With these guys, it looks like we can actually even take another step back. Even more strategy involved. Check this out. We're going to stand over there, so they still can't reach us. Now, it's a bit of a waste shooting with 33 militiamen on 1 skeleton who's on half health. So we'll instead go for one of the bigger packs. Kill a bunch of those. Now there's 1 there, 1 there, and 11 there. Yeah, this fight is going incredibly well for us. So we're going to take these guys out. Probably going to be 1 again. Yeah. Now we can move the minstrels in, and we can take these guys out. And then we can move the footmen in, take these guys out. So in total, these guys are going to maybe just get 1. This guy's reloading. They'll get 1 attack in. Barely do any damage. And that's it. That's how the fights work. Victory. That was perfectly executed, if I do say so myself. Now, you don't have to go to like painstaking details and go through all the motions like I just did, but I mean, it's generally, I'd say, a good idea to learn how to play the game when you play in the game. In other words, like, you know, spend your time to see like how you should be doing things. Here's some lore. At this spring, Empress Aurelia welcomed the people of the Western Province to swear oath of fealty and be welcomed into the bosom of the Empire. May her rule be long and peace be everlasting. Yeah, that didn't happen. So, out of movement on her. We are out of movement on him as well. Now, we can actually start working on the settlement. It's like, I don't think you're supposed to be working on the settlement yet, because like, I'm supposed to like enter the town and then like, oh, you know, claim it or whatever. But we've actually already claimed this settlement. So I'm going to start working on it right now and show you guys how it works. Generally, you'll have 1 settlement at the start of each game. I know when you start like the tutorial missions and the earlier missions in this game, you don't have them yet. And as you progress, you might have more settlements. There are ways to like link them up and sort of, you know, consolidate them and stuff. There are ways to upgrade them. There are different ways to manage them. The first thing I'm going to do right here is I'm going to upgrade my settlement. I'm going to upgrade it to a medium settlement. That gives us 1 extra build site over here. So we've got 3 build sites we can build on. And we're going to work towards sort of getting a bit more sustainable income in here. We're going to work towards getting some troops being generated here, and so on and so forth. If you click on the build sites over here, you can see there are small, medium, and large build sites. This is a medium build site. You can build small buildings on the mediums and larges, but you can't build the large and medium ones on the small ones. And, you know, it makes sense. And you sort of have to sort of work around it like that. On the medium one right now, we can build a marketplace, but we don't really want that. I think instead we'd want a barracks or a castle. Castle might be a little more difficult to get. We need a peasant hut for it. We need 10 stone. We don't have either of those things just yet. So maybe we'll do the peasant hut first. Peasant hut over here. Boom. That costs us 1,000 gold for wood. We've got that. That gives us 3 militia per round. So we'll do that. You can only build 1 building per round. Now we can end our turn. The screen goes grey like that. That's your opponents taking their turn. They'll generally be opponents on the map. If you're playing like in a skirmish game or against a real player, which once again you can do, then you're going to want to consider every move, because it's going to be important for you to like make the most of it. You can decide, there are different strategies, you know, you can sort of fast tech your town to try and get the higher level troops faster. You could maybe go for like less of the better ones, or instead you could like amass a larger force of lower level troops. You have to decide what you want to do. You have to decide if you want to go for battles early on or try and like scout out the lands and try and get your income up a little bit. Because as an example, there's a lumber yard over here that'll give us lumber per turn. I'll show you in just a moment. We'll go and claim it. There's so much going on here, you know. There's so much that you can do. And every single turn has so many different choices that could affect you in different ways. Now we go into each of these buildings here. We claim in what we can from them. Hazel Point. As the Stout Heart troops approached the small hamlet of Hazel Point, the peasants emerged from their huts and cheered. A scout in Loth colors elbowed her way to the front. Wielder, Roderick of Loth sends his regards. He'd like to meet with you and discuss the yearly tribute from Loth, but Fae and Undead block his path. He awaits you in Oakhaven, southwest. Thank you. Tell him we shall come when we are able. And Scout, remind him the Stout Heart will expect the tribute and not just discussion. Yes, no surprise there. No surprise there. So, we walk around. You can press Alt once again to sort of see what's up, what you can click on, what you can't click on. We gather what we can gather. There you go. There's a fight down here, fight over there, and a fight over there. So you're sort of trapped in here. You're going to have to choose to fight one of them eventually. Here's some stuff to explore down here. That's a Fae offering tree. I think the first thing we'll do is we'll probably come around this way and just collect some more stuff over here. We've visited most of these on this side already, so let's go this way. Then, let's have a look what this man has. Wait, there's actually maybe more up here. Hold on. We're still going this way. I don't know why I started walking back. Ah, 3 movement for 2 rounds. Nice. Oh, the road sign also gives movement, doesn't it? Yeah, and some experience. Again, like, I have to do this. I don't know why, but, like, I have to see. I have to make sure there's nothing up here. Some more experience. And this is 5 movement for 2 turns. So he's going to be able to move really far. I think this is the end of the map. Yeah. Okay, so now we can go back down. That's sick. Alright. And yeah, he got a little bit of experience up there, so it's all good. Now, the peasant hut is finished, which means we can probably start worrying about getting the barracks. For the barracks, we'll need a little bit more stone. To get stone, I don't see any just lying around here, which is going to make this a little bit more difficult for us. We can get a quarry. That'll give us 1 stone per turn. It seems like we're going to need some stone. Now, buildings are not permanent. You can destroy them at any point if you'd like. I think we'll get the quarry right now. It's going to cost us a little bit of gold. But because I don't see a quarry here, right now, right here, I only see a lumber yard, we're going to want to get a steady stream of stone coming in. Because stone, it's one of the more important resources. So, let's move on. By the way, the objectives over here, you can actually see them on the map. Roderick Loth is over there, and we need to defeat all hostile wielders. That's like the idea. Quarry's been completed, so now we got 1 stone per turn. Nice. You can upgrade it to get 2 stone per turn. Not a terrible idea, by the way, upgrading it. And that means that on the next turn, we'll be able to build our barracks. We just need 1 more. We've got 4 stone. Next turn, we'll have 5. That's good. That's good. I don't think we need to spend anything on anything else. Right now, we have no more empty plots. So I guess what we could do is we could upgrade this. We're going to get some wood right there. There's 2 stacks of wood. We have 1 celestial ore. We have 2 ancient amber. This will give us extra guys per round, and it'll allow us to upgrade our militia to sappers. So let's do it. There you go. Now, if we visit the hut over here, we can actually already buy 7 of these guys. We don't have any sappers yet. They generate at 3 per round. And then you'll see that on any of these buildings that you visit, you can go to upgrade troops, and you can upgrade the current troops that you have to the higher level version of them. I only have a certain amount of gold right now, so I can't upgrade all of them. I'll come back here when the time is right. This is giving us 75 extra gold every turn. Fantastic. And now with our current troops, we can probably take these rats on over here and get ourselves the lumberyard right now. Again, I feel like the positioning that they give you is generally pretty good. You can sort of just start the fight willy-nilly. Unless there's something specific you want to do, the game sort of knows what's up. They do a good job. So rats, they're so cute, man. Look at them run. I love it. I do think we'll probably be able to go through this mostly intact. I don't think we're going to lose much. We're going to cast a song over there. Rats movement, you can see none of them if you hover over them. None of them will make it here in 1 turn, so we're going to chill. Yeah, they're strong, dude. They're strong. We can't reach once again, so we're going to wait. Being patient is sometimes the best choice, huh? Just saying. Being patient is sometimes really good. Because this is just going to give us basically... Now, you know, I can get the attack off here. But if I do attack with this guy right now, he will probably die if I attack one of these two. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack this one. he'll kill them. But if I had attacked one of those, he wouldn't have killed them. They would have gotten a counter attack, and they probably would have killed all 4 of these guys. So this guy's reloading. These guys can shoot. I think that I'm going to spare my minions here, my units. I'm going to move into range of this guy. And what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to buff him with defense. And then I'm going to pass the turn. Because you'll see I'll have my archers turns after this. And this guy's reloading. If I want to, I can actually put, as you can see over there, it's an ability of the unit to put some spikes in front. That's quite good. Basically, the idea behind what I'm doing here right now is I'm weakening them before we engage with the footmen. And what's going to happen now is they're going to attack the footmen and they'll die. See? It's good stuff. That's good stuff. And we managed to basically progress here, go through the fight without losing a single troop. It's good. That was good. Once again, a nicely executed battle. There's a lot to think about when it comes to these turn-based fights. So yeah, it makes it fun. It makes it really fun. And now we get to claim our spoils. Oh no. Oh yes. Okay. I thought I had ran out already. I didn't run out of movement. I wasn't. These guys. I'm gonna come back to them. They look like they might be a little tougher. So we're gonna go down this way with her. Sure. Whatever. Let's fight another one. I don't know if I want to go down that way or down this way. I feel like this might be the more prudent route to take. But this might give us a level, so whatever. Let's go. Again, I'm pretty happy with this, except I'll move that guy over there. Oh, this is probably, like, this is a little deceiving. It makes it look like it's a ravine and the guys can't come across here, but there's a good chance that they can come across here. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yeah, they can definitely run across here. And you can find some high ground over here if you need to with your ranged units. But again, keep in mind that if they do move, then they're going to have less attack. So these guys, they can make it to here. So we want to step back a little bit. Now, this kind of like nonsense that I'm pulling here, it's not possible against real players. Because real players will obviously see through this. But, you know, you do it against, when you can, you do it against the AI as much as you can. Because it allows you once again to sort of... preserve your troops and stuff like that. Now, this is a weird situation, because if I attack here, he's going to kill a bunch of them, but he will take losses. And you know, there's going to be a point where you're going to take losses, okay? Now, I can look here. I think that once again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to move in here to basically just put him in their face. I'm going to reduce their damage, 25% less damage on these guys. And then I'm going to pass, again, because I don't want to have him have that return fire. This guy's busy reloading right now, so we're going to pass the turn. We could move him up to the higher ground if we wanted to, but it's unnecessary. 2 to 7. Take the shot. Here we go, 7 to 11. Take the shot. See, now he has reduced damage, but he still did a lot of damage there, by the way. Not ideal at all. I don't want these guys to die, so I'm going to hold back a little bit. We can kill 5 to 11 over there, or 3 to 8 over here. Let's do 5 to 11 over here. That's better. We can kill all 10 with just this. There we go. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay, it wasn't so bad. We lost 3. You're going to take losses. But the beauty of it is that the units, the troops will keep respawning in your base. And you'll just be able to go and collect them and sort of, you know, replenish your forces as you see fit. And we've leveled. Fantastic. So, it's Cunning. For the first 3 turns, battle gives all your troops plus 25 melee offense, ranged offense, and defense for 3 rounds. This makes it even more. Command allows you to equip more units. I keep going command. I always go command because, you know, having extra slots here, I have 1 more slot, so we'll be at max soon. Having extra slots for troops is just great because, again, you get to take more minions with you. You get to be stronger, you know. Now, I can go back to the town and like, pick up a couple of troops and stuff. But to be honest, that's a waste. And we have Peridine coming down, so he can ferry the troops to us, or he can pick the troops up for himself or whatever. Ooh, that's a breastplate. I love the shine that they have on it to like show you, hey, here's something valuable. You should come and get it. But we bring in Peridine down, and he's going to help us. Look at this movement, because he picked up the sign and the what was it that he picked up over there? The spring and all that other stuff. So he's going to come to the tower over here, because the tower will give him a bunch of experience. Now, in town, we don't have what we need to like, you know, upgrade stuff or make any modifications or whatever. So for now, we're just going to pass. Then I think we're going to move Paradine first. He's leveled. Archery. Your troops gain 20 range defense plus 1 range. I'm going to go for ranged. I love range. But no, he might need more command. Nah. Let's go for archery for now. Make him stronger because he's got 3 slots here. We're probably not going to have that much to fill the slots with anyway. Now, there's probably not enough troops yet to pick up and to really make an impact. So what we'll do is we'll go in here, just see what's going on in this forest. I think the Fey Offering Tree actually wants stuff from me. We'll see what that is in just a moment. I think it wants you to give it gold. There's a blacksmith. Let's check this out. Blacksmith generally parts of the latest work. A crossbow. That is generous. Let's have a look what it is. Oh, 15 range damage. Huge. I really like ranged in this game. You may have noticed, but like, yeah, I really... Okay, here's the stone. Cool, cool, cool. So there's a quarry over here. Skeletal guards. Between 25 and 100, we can probably take them. Now, oftentimes you will have all the basics close by, like the lumber and the stone. Sometimes gold mines, stuff like that. Foul beings, be gone from these lands or you'll be destroyed. Bound by oath, bound to her. Her? Stormspire? Tell me what she wants before I put you back in your graves. Nah, they're not going to tell us anything. This is fine. This is fine. So yeah, as you can see, the fight's pretty fun. They can go pretty quickly. They have like sort of a lot going for them. There's a lot of interesting stuff that can happen. Now, what's cool about this high ground over here is that while we don't have any of our dudes on it yet, the 2 crossbowmen they can fire once, right? And then they can move up to the high ground while they're reloading. It's kind of nice. They're probably not going to be able to reach. Now, I guess I can move over... yeah, actually, you know what? Let's move on the high ground right now. And then we'll pass. And we'll do the same... Oh, he can't actually reach there. He's trapped over here. We'll do the same with this gun, I was going to say. But now you can just wait. Oh, the ranger's at least going to reach. That's good, that's good, that's good. Okay. 3 to 5, 3 to 5, 3 to 5. Take the shot. These guys are a little tougher, huh? They're a little tougher. So their max range is not going to reach us, so we're going to wait. Nice. 7 to 9, we'll kill these guys. There we go. Still can't reach with this guy. I should probably have done a bit of a shuffling. Like, this was a bit of a misplay. I could have gotten him over here, then I could have moved this guy through. It was a misplay, but it's not a big deal. We'll just wait one more turn. Again, if you're patient, you know, good things can happen. You'll be okay. There we go. We can kill these. We can almost kill these. Okay, he's busy reloading. This guy still can't take the shot. Okay, man, just move closer. 0 to 2. Oh no, they did. Oh man. Okay, we lost one guy. Rest in peace, little troubadour. I think they're called troubadours when you upgrade them. I for some reason I always just call them troubadours. It's whatever. Oh yeah, it was a good fight. Good fight. Good fight. Now we've got ourselves a quarry over here. We got some stone. That means that we can... Oh wow, we're like right next to it. Please, man. Please, please, please. We can get this now. When we get our gold that we need. So within the next turn, we'll be able to get that. So if I pass now... No! I need 100 more gold. Okay, we'll have to collect that somewhere. Surely we can collect 100 more gold somewhere. Oh, there's definitely gold over here, right? 10 minstrels or 1,400. I'll take the 1,400 immediately. I mean, the 10 minstrels are cool and all, but like, I just want to keep things going. I want to show you guys what the barracks looks like. So we're going to put the barracks down. The way this works, once again, is that it takes 2 turns to construct. The medium ones take 2 turns. The large ones take 3 turns, I think. And I didn't visit the tavern. Wow. Did I not visit the tavern? Oh, okay. We can go up there. And now this tree is going to want money from me. I think you make an offering and then you get stats. I don't have much money right now, but I'll do it anyway. Blessing the forest. Yeah, okay. I think that the blessing of the forest is actually permanent, so like it's not a bad thing to spend your hard-earned coins on. Okay, 5 movement. Right. We're still not going to go up here yet. They look kind of tough. What we're going to do is we're going to use this guy to gather some forces over here. Now to get up there, we have to go all the way around. That's good, that's good. This is a gold mine. That would be nice to have as well. So to get there, I don't think I can just click there. We're not in range yet. Okay, I'm going to pass the turn. Then we're going to see. We have 600 gold. If we go into the town over here, you can see all the stuff that you can buy. Yeah, I mean, let's just get some troops on him. Whatever we can. And we should really try and get that gold mine, by the way. And then we're going to send old Pyridine down here with her. There's some gold line over there. There's a lot of stuff. You know, we can sort of go forth and just gather stuff. You can see there's another settlement of some sort down here. We're going to be able to claim this. Ooh, there's a wall over there. Interesting. This gives us extra gold every round. I will send Pyridine up here because there's nothing to fight in this section. So even if he has a lesser force or anything like that, he can sort of go in there and you know, make it work. And again, because we have no gold, we don't really have much to do in the base right now. Barracks is completed. So, the barracks is going to be giving us 2 footmen every round. If we upgrade it, we can get Call of the Rangers, then we'll get 2 Rangers every round. We want to do that soon. So if we can get the gold right now, then we will be in a great spot. Did I click on that? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. 150 every round. We're definitely going to have enough, yeah. 500 XP. Okay, so I'm going to want to bring the lady in here too. I'll take the Rangers. Although the gold... No, let's take the Rangers. The gold is really tempting, but there's more over here. Ooh. An obelisk. I think that's a really good buff. Okay, so with her we can keep moving. We can see what's going to happen. There might be some story involved right here. Like if we come in... Yeah. Crow Point. Small settlement of Crow Point is right on the border between the Barony of Loth and the Barony of Stoutheart. Wielder Cecilia Stoutheart is relieved to see you. These are strange and dark times. Indeed. Report. It started some weeks ago. There was sounds of fighting, terrible explosion from within the Tender Wild. We armed ourselves and kept close watch. And what did you see? The Fae began to appear, and monsters we'd never seen or heard before. Great shambling piles of bones that seemed to meld together. We hid behind our walls, and had been too afraid to send to Oakhaven for aid. We're on our way to Oakhaven. We'll send reinforcements. For now, you can breathe easy. You're under our protection. Stoutheart will stand. Okay. And we obviously get a lot from this deal. Like, we come in here, we claim this place, boom. This is, well, this is a new settlement for us. We can upgrade it to a settlement right here, and we can start building here. It's great because it gives you a lot of extra income. It allows you to, once again, just expand and get more every turn. The guard tower is already put up here, so it's a good defensible position, and so on and so forth. We have a bit of extra gold right now. We're going to upgrade this Call of the Rangers. Get some Rangers there every turn. If you come to your town, your settlement over here, you can quite easily see like a summary of like everything you get in every turn. And that makes it so much easier. Like over here, for instance. You get basically all your statistics and stuff that you need. It tells you what your incomes is from all of them. And over here, it'll tell you your troops from the settlements, and so on and so forth. You've got basically everything you need at your disposal. Research comes a bit later. I'm probably not going to get to that in this video, but when you do get to a larger settlement and you can build a grand armory or academy, then you can do different research that'll help you in different ways. The armory tends to focus more on the troops and their defense and damage and stuff like that. The academy, it's more economy and stuff like that. You can see it over here, and other extras obviously as well. And I mean, I think that's probably about it for like the basics of the gameplay and for basically what you're going to be coming across, what you're going to be encountering, what you're going to be seeing. The games, they are like this. They work differently if you're playing in skirmishes because obviously everything's unlocked from the start. With this, they sort of drip feed it to you over the story, and you get exposed to a little bit of it every now and then. Everything sort of comes together by the end of the campaign, I suppose, and you have all the higher level units and stuff like that. But that's a good look at how the gameplay works, and I think it's probably enough for you to sort of make up your mind to see whether or not this is the kind of thing that you want. The gameplay is always going to be slow and methodical. That's the way of these games, but it's relaxing, you know, and it's also going to always involve a lot of thinking, which a lot of people want. And as you've seen from the visual style of the game, a lot of beauty. It really is something to look at. I love it. I love it. So we've just picked up a breastplate on him, by the way. Let's have a look at it quickly. Ooh, 8 defense. Fantastic. So, every game will function in a similar or play in a similar way to this, but obviously, again, if you play in multiplayer or skirmish, you will have the opponents actively moving around and moving against you. They can come around and claim your lumber camp. They can come around and claim your mines. They can come around and even claim your towns, and you'd have to leave troops there to defend it and stuff like that. It's a lot. It's a lot. And you know, it can be daunting. But that's why the campaigns are there, to sort of acclimate you, get you going. There's a lot of variety in terms of the mobs and stuff that you can fight here, in terms of the maps, in terms of the story. It's been pretty interesting. I've really been having a good time. But what I want to do right now is I want to actually quit this to the main menu, and I want to show you what else is on offer. So I mentioned before, multiplayer is here. You can host games, you can join games, you can choose your region over here, and there's a lot. You know, there's a lot to choose from. I can even choose South Africa, which is just, to me, it's amazing. Then there's a map editor, and this map editor, it's used to make the community maps that you'll find listed right below. The map editor is fantastic. I've seen like a bunch of videos of them using this to make maps. You can set the size of the map, by the way. This is just a regular small one. But the map editor has been made in such a nice way that it is just easy. It's just quick and easy. You have all your different tools here. You have a menu here with all sorts of different stuff in, by the way. You can put story in your maps. You can put dialogue in your maps. You can make basically an entire little adventure like you would have done in the Warcraft 3 editor back in the day. But let me show you how it works. Basically, you get to choose different types of brushes here. It's really weird, and it's really cool how they do it. But with a basic brush, I'll show you. You can choose the brush size. Let's take a 3, and then you just go crazy. You know, you just go crazy. Put some forests down, and then you're like, hey, maybe a mountain. You know, I think that maybe a mountain, and then it works naturally. Like, you keep putting mountains down, they get bigger and bigger, you see. And then like you think to yourself, okay, man, you know, maybe I want to like, you know, make a little pathway through here. So then you go back to the trees, and then you make the brush a bit smaller. You wanna make it like a secluded little spot in the trees. You sort of draw it around a little bit, and then you can just throw some extra stuff in there. Now, if we go to the entities, oh man, you know, oh man. So like, let's put the Fey offering tree in there. Boom. You get to change the lighting of it. You get to put all sorts of different stuff in there. Let's have a look what we can find. Like, you know, you put a little campfire over there. You know, someone has been camping there. Let's put we can put some water down, but let's rather put some effects down. A little bit of fog around here to make it a little ominous, and then some light rays coming in from the top. You know, it's crazy. Then you can obviously select each of these. I don't want to put that light ray there. You select each of these and customize them further, and there's just so much. There is so much. You know, it just keeps going. And with all of these, you can change the skin on them. So you can take them from basically, I guess you'd call it this temperate map, these trees, to like the desert map, to like the swampy map, to basically everything else. You can change the height over here. If you have a look at this, you can make sort of a raised area. You know, you'd have to make it pretty to make it look like it fits in and stuff like that. And it gives you everything. Yeah. It gives you everything you need. Here's the theme I was talking about. So this is Arleon. If I want to change this whole thing, I'll make the brush size massive. Let's change it to Baria. Isn't that the coolest thing you've ever seen? Oh, well, you know, I prefer Rana. I prefer the swamps right now. You know? And you just keep going. So, like, if you've ever had any, like, inclination to, like, you know, design or sort of create your own little adventure in an easy to understand and access way, this is it. You know, this is it. You do. You create what you want to create, and it's just so nicely put together. You know, it's just so nicely put together in an easy to understand way, in an easy to use way, and dude. Yeah, I dig it. They've done a fantastic job. It's just a nice map editor. Again, I'm just showing you the basics, and there are tutorials for the map editor, by the way. You can sort of look at those if you want to. And then with that map editor, there are community maps. They are presented in a pretty fantastic way because, like, they have ratings and downloads, so you can actually filter them and show by popularity. You can see which ones are actually doing well. Some of these, if I'm not mistaken, were actually made by the devs themselves. Some of them were made like in their off time and whatever. Others were made by players during the alpha and betas and stuff. But you can just take them, you subscribe to it, it downloads it, and then and there's a lot of them, by the way. And then you can just come in here and you can play them in a skirmish. I did download one, I think it was last night, and it just shows you downloaded, and there you go. And then, you know, for the other part of it, skirmishes, you know, here you go. You can play skirmishes, you can play against the AI opponents in this. You can also play hot seat, which is something that I think for a long time was potentially like non-existent. You get to pick your faction over here between the 4 of them, color, and so on and so forth. It's great. You even get to pick your starting hero. It's great. So yeah, this game, thus far at least, my first impressions are absolutely fantastic. Great, like, sort of attempt so far. I say attempt because it's not actually out yet, at revitalizing the turn-based strategy genre in the way that Heroes did back when it first released. It's really, really, really doing what I love. It's like the biggest dose and hit of nostalgia that you could possibly get if you were the kind of person like me that used to play those games back in the day all the time. So yeah, Lava Potion have been doing a great job, and I really, really enjoy what I've played so far. It's great. If you guys have any questions about this, feel free to leave them below, and I'll see if I can answer them. If you have played this yourself, I'd love to hear your experiences. If you were like me and you played a ton of Heroes of Might and Magic, let me know how excited you are, because this is something to be excited about. It really is. And I hope that if you guys jump into it, you enjoy it. Yeah, that's it. Check back here soon for more. Happy that. There's a cinematic.
With grim conviction grows the seal of stout heart.
What?
To crush rebellions and push back another upstart.
That's amazing.
Lady Hammond claimed her settlement. Settle it. We begin.
Oh my god. Yes.